So why is the NFL one step closer to letting players use marijuana? This week, the head honchos over at the National Football League reaching an agreement with the Players Association to study alternative therapies for pain management. For years, players have been pressing the league to allow them to use pot to deal with the pain of playing. The idea being it's less addictive and less destructive than opioids. And listen, if you've ever seen J.J. Watt sack a quarterback, well, you know these guys are suffering some wear and tear on their bodies. Well, now medical experts appointed by the league and the Players Association will look into allowing players to use medical marijuana, which would then advance the ball when it comes to the league's drug policy. But with the league run by owners who tend to be older men not known for their lenient stance on recreational drugs, don't be surprised if they decide to pass on Puff Puff Pass. With the Why, I'm Jason Bristol for H-Town Rush.